For many years, I have been fascinated by Tulao, circular buildings of Hakka people, which are scattered throughout southern China. I finally got a chance to visit them. My destination is Xiamen, around 1,000 kilometers away from Shanghai, located in Fujian Province. It's just a few hours drive on high-speed train, since it goes 300 kilometers per hour. There are thousands of Tulao in China, in the three main zones: Nanjing, Dongjing and Hua'an. I have visited only a small fraction of the Nanjing zone. They are mostly circular or rectangular buildings spread around the south of China. Their history dates back to the 3rd century. Of course, these buildings didn't exist at that time, but their future builders, who were expelled by constant wars, began to migrate from central and northern China, more to the south. In the 7th century, the first simple buildings started to appear. In the 17th century, tea and tobacco businesses made many families rich. With the increasing wealth of the people, the richness of the Tulao architecture started to take place. At the time of their greatest glory, 30 families consisting of hundreds of people could live in one big Tulao. In 2008, they became part of the national heritage, protected by UNESCO. We have been living here for almost 24 generations. Tulao are built with almost no iron. The nails are made of bamboo and the walls are made from a fermented mix of 3 types of local soil, blended with black sugar, egg whites and sticky rice. There is something very special about Tulao. It maintains a strict equality among citizens. Each family always owned a vertical strip of rooms, and all rooms along a horizontal line were the same. Therefore, each family owned an entirely identical space. Some of these Tulao are so huge, it is impossible to frame them in one picture. The only way to catch them is a panoramic photo. There used to be hundreds of people living inside them. The village I am visiting is called 4 dishes and 1 soup. The name is derived from their shape. 4 round Tulao surrounding 1 square-shaped Tulao in the middle reminds me of a dining table. Tulao usually have 3 floors, although some may have up to 5 floors. The first floor served as the kitchen, since it is the wettest. The fire for cooking dried it and dried the floor above it, therefore the second floor was used as a warehouse. The third floor was residential. It was also the only floor that had windows. When I was wandering between the various buildings, I could not help but notice the small temples that were built in the middle of the Tulao square, with open space inside. Sometimes they are literally buildings inside of a building. Sometimes it's just a little altar on the wall opposite the door. It served for the worshipping of ancestors, and it was also a place where important matters were discussed. It was also used for private celebrations, especially weddings. I noticed 2 red characters of double happiness there, so I asked if somebody got married. They told me that they are always hanging there, just until the next somebody gets married. Then, they just replace them with the new ones. When Fujian Tulou became UNESCO protected, tourism took off. The buildings are now beautifully repaired, and they installed lighting to light up the place, both inside and outside. Life here got faster. There is supply and demand on every corner. People are not working in the fields. They are sitting at the ticket counter, taking pictures for tourists, or working as local guides. The products of local consumption have been converted into souvenirs. People offer homemade honey, either liquid or stone honey, which must be chopped. Don't try the local fortune teller. He seriously didn't like his job. Instead, you should try the local tea. The famous Fujian tea is one of the reasons why these magnificent buildings emerged. Black tea and half-oxidated tea, Wulong, are typical for this province. Friendly locals will invite you for a drink before you make a decision to buy. Many locals have opened small restaurants or hostels. For €10 or less, one can stay for a night and try out authentic Tulao life. However, be prepared for the fact that there is not much privacy. Toilets are not built. As the locals say, earthen walls are afraid of water. It is therefore necessary to either go out or wait until night to use the potty, which is prepared in front of each room. The walls are thin and the bustle of the yard enters every room, mostly the sounds of kitchen. Women are cooking not only for their husbands now, but also mainly for tourists. If you have a sensitive nature, do not order chicken. It will be caught and slit right in front of you. Unfortunately, I experienced it. But it is bio-fresh. Vegetables are also grown at home. In the morning, you can see how the elderly go up on the hills to pick them. The butcher is a motorbike with loud Michael Jackson music to attract people. After no more clients are coming, he just drives to the next village. Visitors will not find any culinary specialities, just good local village food. As the Chinese would say, like the grandmothers. In addition to the food, everybody should try a local sweet rice wine. It's a great dessert after a meal. Locals also sell cold beer everywhere, but that is not local. In short, they are prepared for tourists. Not everyone got used to modernity. The older generation sits in the backyard sipping a breakfast rice porridge, and there is a constant flow of tourists around. They try to be bystanders, but their loneliness and naivety seems comical and sad at the same time. But tourism has brought something very important to these areas. Salvation. The villages without tourism are desolated. Dozens of them are around. They are not easy to find and are often hidden in the hills. You have to ask locals to take you there. The buildings have cracked walls and many of them are uninhabitable. You can still see some old Mao posters and slogans from the Cultural Revolution. Only old people live here. They have no strength to repair them or even just to clean them up. Therefore, it is a mess everywhere. Young people go to work outside the village. Schools are closed. Rare pieces of Tulao decorations, carvings and statues were sold to disrespectful tourists, leaving only the clay frescoes on the walls. In the villages, you can find only emptiness. There are empty stages where the rush of the Cultural Revolution was once happening.
"你们这说什么方言啊？你们这说什么话？福建话？
说客家话。
客家话。
客家话。
你好怎么说？你好怎么说？
很好。
很好。
哎，很好。你好。
这米饭很香啊。
好香啊。大米呀。
这里种的吗？
大米呀。
是在这里种的吗？
不是啊，买呀。老人家不会种田啊。
For the others, it's just been about survival in peace and quiet. They didn't have much of that during the recent Chinese history. They are staring at the sunset, sitting on the porch, basking in the sun, listening to the radio, watching dogs or chickens walking on the sidewalk. They do not have much interest in what will happen. Will tourism save their village as well? Or will these amazing Tulao buildings leave this world, together with the last people living inside of them? They seem like they do not care.